we start another stream. Let's first of all, while nobody else is here, I'm going to analyze a couple of games of my friend Max. So let's see what we have here. Okay, he's been winning a lot lately. Oh, and Blitz is already... Wait, was it? It's me, Max? Maybe I'm... Yeah, no, I'm on the wrong profile. Yeah, give me 1 second. He was Med City, wasn't Max. Yeah. Okay, I saw one comment here in the improvers notes, and I thought that was him, I think. Well, they have been writing so much that I can't even find it. But I think I had seen that. I'm just checking to see if I'm crazy or if I'm still sane. Let me see. Oh yeah, here. Yeah, afternoon lads. How are you? How are we today? I thought it was him. I don't know. I thought that's why I had opened the profile and everything, because I was like I saw the Z here and the camel case and then the M in Max, and I just associated it with this, which is actually rather different. And well, this is the one that we are talking about, because it would be extremely weird if all of a sudden he were 1200 Blitz. That's what was surprising me. So okay, here we are with actually the person that I wanted to check the games of. Let's see. Yesterday I checked a couple of games from him that he that lasted very few moves. Yeah, these two I checked, and then I checked one where he won. The following one, I think. Let's check a couple more. Where first of all, where he lost. Let's check a couple more of his losses. Let's check this one. This is a longer game. Oh, hello. What is a thumbnail? Yeah, it's a thumbnail with a couple of monkeys in a classroom, potentially learning chess. So, how are you doing, Mahmoud and Test? Nice to see you here. If any of you guys wants to play with me, or if you have any suggestions as to what to do, just feel free to let me know in the chat. Like what I started with while you guys weren't here yet is I was going to analyze a game again from my friend Med City, just like yesterday. So if you guys have any suggestions, just let me know. Oh, good, you're fine. Nice test. So this game, he started with d4. He was playing with the white pieces. His opponent played c6. I mean, in general, you want to play against d4, d5, or knight f6, because you want to prevent, again, the opponent building a full center. A lot of beginners play c6, and actually that has its cunning side, because one time one such beginner explained to me what the thought process behind this was for him, and it was that he played the Caro-Kann against e4. So c6 is a very solid and common opening. The idea is that you're going to go d5. They go d4, you go d5. And you strike at the center and you support this pawn with a pawn instead of with a queen, which otherwise would get kicked around. But the point is, after d4, some beginners who play the Caro-Kann go c6, because they say, well, my opponent is probably going to play e4 now. And if they play e4 now, d5, and it's a transposition to the Caro-Kann. You get the same position that you would get in the Caro-Kann, and so now we are in a Caro-Kann actually. But so it has its cunning. But of course, when you play c6, they don't have to play e4. Maybe they play something else. Like basically here, they can play whatever they want because you didn't challenge them in the center. most common moves would be d5, preventing e4, and occupying the center as well, and knight f6, which also prevents e4. So those are the most common. Now, after in this game, this went c6. Now this player is going for a London kind of setup, probably very common at the beginner level. It's what Test plays as well. I mean, very common at every level, pretty much these days. It has become extremely trendy, this opening. So white starts with d4, then develops this bishop, then we'll go for a setup with probably e3, c3, knight bd2, knight f3, bishop d3, castles in some order. And d6 by black, this was very timed move. Like, I mean, black should probably just grab the center with like d5 or something along those lines. Like the computer top move apparently knight f6 or queen b6. Like d5 for me, like is a seriously good move to play here. I mean, it's like the third move here on the list when I look at it. But I mean, yeah, all those moves would be okay. But this looks a little bit too passive. It's not wrong, but it's a little bit passive. Okay, so he continued with the setup with e3. Okay. Now, bishop d3, alright, like I said, like in some order, these moves are going to happen. Now, this random check by black doesn't do much. White wanted to play c3 anyway in this setup, like I said, e3, c3, knight bd2, so this doesn't achieve anything except white now plays the move they were already going to play. Now, after this, hitting the bishop, okay, he played the best move by retreating over here. Very good. Like usually you want to keep the bishop pair if you can, especially this London bishop is very good at outside of the pawn chain. Like the pawns are behind it. Like it would be a bad bishop if it were here where the pawns are blocking it. But since it is outside of the pawn chain, then sorry, not that one. There, outside of the pawn chain, then it's a very good bishop. Now knight f3. Gets pinned, and okay, and h3 asks the question of the bishop immediately. Okay, the opponent wants to keep the spin. You can't even break it even if you wanted to. I mean, although this might be weakening if you want to castle this way, but even if white wants to right now, they can't break the spin completely. I mean, obviously, if this bishop weren't here, you would play here in this case, because even if it's weakening, you're winning a bishop, because this bishop would be trapped. But the point is here you can't move it, because you have the bishop in front of the g-pawn. So this move is completely ugly, and I believe it's the second time I see Met City playing such a move. I'm pretty sure it's the second time I see it, unless I had looked at this game before. I mean, I know on stream I didn't look at this game, but I remember seeing this move maybe when I checked one of his games before on my own. This move is really ugly. There's no purpose to doing that at all. Can you learn me how to play the French defense? I don't know how to play the French defense, but we can definitely look at it together. Like, I can tell you a little bit of what I know, and we can check it out with a book if you want to. Like if you would like to, we can do that. Like I have a couple of books that touch on the opening a little bit, and so we can look from there. I mean, more than a little bit actually, but I mean at least we can go through some light stuff. Like not go too much into it, not to bore you either, but. But we can do that if you want, Mahmoud. Oh, all right, yeah, sure. You're welcome. We can do that. So after this game, let's do that. So this move is really ugly because it doesn't. Not only does it not achieve anything, but it also like I mean, usually you want to castle here. Like why not just castle? This move is completely horrendous because the rook is literally not doing anything. Like this doesn't improve the piece. I mean, maybe what his idea was that maybe he wanted to activate, develop the pieces. Like, I mean, he was like, okay, I have to develop the pieces, knight, bishop, the other bishop, you know, I continue developing. Okay, development, off the back rank, you're developed. And no, that's not how you develop a rook. Like, the rooks are developed when you castle, you connect them so that they can see each other. That way they work much better than when they are alone. And then you centralize them, like you take them to the files that are good for them. So you put them, for instance, in the middle here, or you look for the better file for them. Like it's a little bit position dependent. I mean, everything in chess is position dependent, let's be honest. But I mean, usually if you have an open file, so a file where there are no pawns from either side, that's usually a good place to place a rook, because the rook will stand very strong. Like, it will look at a lot of stuff. Like, if there were no pawns here, then you put a rook over there, and then it stares all the way through, like it laser beams everything. However, if you have a pawn of your own, like it's the case here, then you go over here, let's say. I mean, imagine this pawn weren't hanging. Let's say you go here. Then okay, I mean, yeah, you're supporting that, but the point is your rook only sees until your pawn. It doesn't see further than that. And if it's a semi-open file, so if there are no pawns of your own but pawns of your opponent, so if this file only had this pawn over here, then also a good idea to place a rook, because in a semi-open file they are still targeting something of the opponent, like directly. They are not blockaded by any pawns of your own. So, but yeah, this is not the way to develop a rook. This rook is like completely blockaded by pieces, and doesn't really do anything from there. Like, it has no prospect. Like, where is it going to go from there? Like, this is a pawn. There's another pawn here, another one there, and from here it will not act in conjunction with this other rook. So. That's not how to develop it. Should have castled here. The computer wants well, bishop h2 is top engine move, but let's ignore that one. Knight bd2 would have been much more common. It's one of the moves that I told you about before. Like, you play e3, you play c3, you play knight bd2. That's one of the moves that you play in this kind of setup. So this would have been a normal developing move here if you didn't want to castle for now. Like, castles comes a little bit after that. You could also have played e4, kicking this knight, because, I mean, usually you don't want a centralized knight for your opponent. Like, if you can kick it in a good way, and this would be a good way because it will give you the full center. So e4 also a very good move to play here. Although it does block this bishop's diagonal a little bit, but I mean, you do occupy the center, and then your pieces are very powerful and your opponents aren't. You get rid of this knight. Like, this knight can't go anywhere because this is covered like this like that, and so it has to go backwards. And when the knight goes backwards, is not as powerful anymore. Usually you don't want to have this knight like powerfully centralized if you can help it. I mean, you want to have it centralized if you're black, but I mean, not if you're white. That's what I mean. So okay, he went over here, queen c2. Okay, I mean, it's not really doing anything yet, because usually when you go for this, maybe he saw this before. When you go for this, it's because you're targeting something over here. But not only is black not yet castled, but also they already played g6 here. So there's not much of a point in going here, but I mean, you can. Also, another thing is that now you're unpinning this knight, but if they take over here, then you're getting this structure here, which you may or may not want. It's not a terrible move though, but I mean, it's not great either. This kicking the queen doesn't do much, honestly. Like, there's a problem here when you... Oh, what are you guys saying? I'm learning the Ponciani opening. I will not use the London anymore. Oh, okay. Why is that? You got bored of the London? The Ponciani, of course, is also a playable opening. Ponciani is a part of the Italian. No, Ponciani is another opening. It's not a variation of the Italian. Like, if your opponent do a mistake, Ponciani is the way. No. Ponciani is it's something like this. Let me see if I remember what the Ponciani was. I believe it was here, and here. Was it C3? Yeah, it says here Ponciani opening. So yeah, it's that one. Like you're trying to go for this potentially, I suppose. I know very little about this opening, but I suppose the idea is to support d4 with a pawn on c3, which makes a lot of sense. Anyway, I'll get back to the line I was looking at. I mean the game. So here, wow, this was crazy by black. But okay, this move is ugly because when you are when you have this structure, you have a very nice structure here with the pawns, with this classic London pyramid of pawns. Now, the thing is, when you push a pawn, that pawn no longer guards something, and pawns don't go backwards. So once you go here, that's a very committal move. You can't go back anymore. So this pawn is no longer defending this and no longer defending that. So these two squares become weak immediately. And actually, these two other squares also become weak because if you hadn't pushed over here, you might have been able to at least push here at some point if needed. Now you can't do that. So these two squares weaken, these two squares weaken for white. And that could become important later on. Like for now, this is protected by the knight and by the queen. But first of all, in this setup, you wanted to go knight bd2. I mean, at some point, you have to develop this knight and allow this rook to also have some life. But, I mean, allow both pieces to have some life. But now, when you go knight bd2, then this is only protected by the queen. And, this point is already becoming very weak, actually. You shouldn't have stuff that's only defended by the queen. Right now, it was very well supported by this. You could have gone again, knight bd2. Knight bd2 was a very good move to play. And finishing development, always try to develop minor pieces first, and then the rest of the stuff. Like minor pieces, get castled, connect the rooks so that they see each other, then develop your queen. When you develop your queen is when you finally get the rooks to connect to each other, but usually you start with the minor pieces. So this should have been developed by now and should be developed now instead of that. Now, also don't play moves just because they attack something. Like this move probably was played just because it attacks a queen, but don't think that your opponent is not going to see the threat and then it's going to go like, oh, I'll leave my queen here and you can take it. I always assume that your opponent is going to play the best move. And so when you play over here, what's the best move? Your opponent has to move the queen. They have to move the queen away. And so they are going to go like queen c7 or queen d8 or even probably queen b6 also works, I think. Yeah. So anything like that, then black is actually better now. Much better. So this doesn't improve your position at all. Always try to play moves that are improving your position in some way, even if your opponent plays the best move. That is not the case here, and instead, well, of course, they played this nonsense. But that doesn't go to show that this move was actually good. It just goes to show that you're playing against a very weak opponent that is just doing nonsense. They are they are just sacking a knight for no reason. Like you take over here, then they probably thought that after this they had something with like this check over here. I don't know what they were expecting out of it, but you can block in more than one way in order to be okay after that check. So it does absolutely nothing. This I don't like this way to block too much. I would have liked to see something like here or here. Or with a queen even, offering a trade of queens. But since you already wanted to play like knight bd2, or now you could even play knight c3, because now you don't have the pawn on c3. But yeah, that would have been better. Not instead of moving this knight, which was already developed, move this one that wasn't developed yet. Over here, okay, now the knight finally moves. Queen goes over there. Okay, not much of a reason. Okay, this hits the queen. This move is not terrible. It's your knight is jumping to a square where it has some influence, like in the center and everything. But But I mean, the point of this move not being terrible is not because it's just hitting a queen. Like, I mean, the queen will move and will be okay. Which is what happened here. Again, another pawn push that's really, really bad. Like, you're again weakening everything. Like, this pawn used to protect this bishop. Now this bishop is a loose piece. And it's shielding this rook potentially along this diagonal. So you have to also be careful about that. This bishop no longer has scope now. Like, it's not looking at anything except at its own pawn, which is a really bad thing. And before, the bishop was standing really strong. It was even laser beaming here a queen. And he was pinning this pawn so that this pawn couldn't move because there was a queen behind it. And actually, this move serves absolutely no purpose. I mean, maybe the idea was to go over here and try to open lines or something, but I mean, it's just a terrible move. And now this is weak. This is weak. I mean, the squares are weak. That's what I mean. And apart from that, like, this is a bad bishop now. Okay, goes over here, improving the bishop. All right. Now goes over there, potentially trying to go after this pawn after moving the knight. All right, like, I mean, a bad plan is better than no plan at all, is what they say. So at least there is some plan of some sort there. Okay, retreats the knight. I mean, again, the computer doesn't like this move at all. It wanted, like, well, 95, of course, was screaming to be played here. Like, if you can centralize a knight, then by all means do so. And since you push I mean, well, this pawn was a good push, but since you even pushed this pawn, now going over here is actually very, very good because you're significantly supported there. Like, this knight, nobody's kicking it. And by the way, that goes to show what happens again when you push pawns. Like, this pawn was pushed and this pawn was pushed, so this square is extremely weak for black. Like, black has no control of this square except with their pieces. So you plant this knight over there supported by the pawns and nobody can remove the knight. And it's just super powerful. I mean, black would have to trade their own, and then you take with one of your pawns and you have a really nice position there. Instead, the knight went backwards, not really great. And now black actually enjoys a lot of space that they shouldn't have. This is terrible because after you take over here, they recapture with the knight and they are hitting your queen and your bishop, which is what happened here in the game. Now they are lining up over here with the queen on the other side. Very, very interesting that they didn't go for, like, the bishop pair right away or something like that. Like, they actually tried to put some pressure over here. So good stuff by black there. Now after this, well, now you just take this over here and take this over there supported by the rook, and you're just winning material with black. First of all, they decided to pin this knight to the rook, which also works. Rook moved. And now again they can take this because, I mean, they can take like this, take here, take there, and again they are hitting stuff with two pieces. Instead, black did that. So like, that is interesting because actually, like, beginners tend to, like I said before, actually capture. Doesn't it win a tempo? Oh, what were you talking about? Which thing wins a tempo? Sorry, I didn't see this message until now. Let me know what you were talking about. Yeah, here, like, it's interesting because, like I said, beginners in general, they tend to trade everything when they have something to trade. So it would be very natural and also they tend to give checks. So this move that's a capture and a check would have probably been played. Like, I mean, it's so strange that this beginner player is actually trying to keep the tension, but now they shouldn't keep the tension. Now they actually should capture here because it wins material. Like you over here, of course, you can't capture this with a queen right away because they capture with a with a rook. But you capture here with your bishop first, which also comes with check, and that's it. Like I mean, you're going to be up material there. Instead, they went here, and yeah, that's too slow. Now they actually white can get back in the game, but instead they decided to go over here. So again, this continues to hang, and probably eventually happen. Okay, that also works. Okay, over here, and yeah, of course that's lost. Like usually when you see that you're about to go down material, like don't try to trade down and be even more losing than before. Like when you see that something is going to be grabbed for free, let them grab it for free and then try to survive from there. So here, king f1. But instead, this just allows them to just grab everything, and now not only are they up material, but they simplify the position. So, and also they get an active rook to boot. Like now you get this bishop is under attack, so you have to defend somehow, and it's looking really ugly. Okay, went over here. This is even more dreadful potentially. Now they can, at the very least, they can go for this trade first of all. Bishop went over here, so now you can get hit by that. Is that just checkmate? Like, I mean, there's this covering here, and I mean, and guarding the rook, and there's this here. Yeah, if I'm not missing anything, that's mate in one. Yeah. So that got played. But yeah, okay, here he was already completely crushed. Like here, white was completely crushed. Like the problem with white's play in this game was, well, the last point of what they did was here, like, I mean, yeah, here just play king f1. Don't continue to trade down into a really horrible position when you see that you're down material. Like here, when you see, oh, oops, they are just grabbing my piece. Like, I mean, if you see that they are grabbing the piece and you can't recapture because you don't have enough pieces there to recapture, so you're actually down material. Now, once you realize that, then don't continue to trade down, so that you are, the less material there is on the board, the less chances you have of actually get back in the game. The fewer chances you will have. Which is something that Mahmoud knows very well. Like when I play against Mahmoud, those are prime examples of what to do when you're down material, because when he's down material, he actually does fight like a madman and doesn't just go down without a fight. Like, I mean, he keeps playing on and goes like tries to keep the queens on the board and everything on the board, so that he can start posing threats, which is exactly what you should do in those situations. When he threatened the queen, from 5 minutes, just continue. Yeah, sorry, I like completely missed it because I was like looking at too like focused on the game, and then I forgot about checking the chat. Sorry about that. So here, when he threatened the queen, no, it doesn't win a tempo. Like, you win a tempo when you are hitting the queen, but it's a useful move. I mean, you think about it. Like, you are winning time, you're gaining time when you can play more than one move in a row. So you play more than one move in a row without they does something useful. So we are talking about usefulness of the moves here. So you play, for instance, let's say, let me give you an example, like the same example as before, right? Well, I'll give you a different one. Yeah, no, e45, d4. Let's say you're playing with black here, d4. You take over here, they take. This is called the center game. And so after this, they have their queen over here. You hit it with this knight. Now, why is this gaining time? Because you play this move, which develops a piece. So it's a useful move. You are developing a piece to a good square. You wanted to play knight c6, and so you play knight c6, but it comes with time because you're hitting a queen. So now your opponent can't play another move, like let's say knight f3. Like, yeah, they play knight f3, good luck. You just plundered a queen, right? So they can't play that. They can't ignore this move. They have to do something, so they have to move the queen again. Now, after they move the queen, wherever, let's say they go back to home square. I don't know, like I don't know the theory about this. I don't remember honestly where they go. But let's say they go back to home square, for instance. Now you get to play another move. Like you play like knight f6, another developing move, hitting this. And so you got to play 2 moves in a row, 2 useful moves in a row. That's the important part. Like you play 2 moves in a row because you're getting 2 useful moves. Like white played something in the middle, but they didn't play a useful move. They had to play something to move this queen away, which isn't useful for them. What they want to do is they want to keep developing the pieces, but they can't do that because they have to react to this. So that's why you're getting time. You're getting time because your opponent has to play a not useful move in the middle, just reacting to you, while you play 2 useful moves, one after the other. But in this case, where in the game, when you play, let me switch to white again. So here, this is not a useful move. This move actually weakens this, and weakens that, and weakens this. Sorry. So weakens all of these squares, and before you had a nice pyramid of pawns over here with that pawn back there. So actually, this was good. So you're weakening your pawn structure. Just to hit a queen. Like, yeah, the queen moves, but this wasn't a useful move, so you're not playing 2 moves in a row. I mean, you're not playing 2 useful moves in a row. You're just doing this. They have to react to it, but it was a bad move. And after they react to it, they get a really good position. And now you play another move, but actually you're much worse. Like, I mean, basically, this was a no move for you. It was as bad as them moving the queen over here. I mean, having to move the queen again. Like, I mean, it's you're also losing time in a way by playing here. I mean, but it's even worse than losing time because actually you're just. No, you're not losing time. Sorry, because your opponent has to react to the move. So. In terms of time, you're not winning or gaining anything, but winning or losing anything. But the point is that you're weakening the structure, so it's a bad move. It's not useful. If it had been a useful move that also made the queen move, then in that case you would be winning time because you would be playing 2 useful moves. If your next move is also a good one, but this is a bad one. That's a problem. Hey, see my last losing game. It's the greatest game I ever lose. My opponent was a beast. Oh, okay. I will definitely check that out. So, going back to the analysis of this game. So, this weakening move was bad. The rook move was also bad. Sorry. So, up until here, everything was great for white. This move is okay. This move is terrible. Like, just knight bd2, continue developing the pieces, castle, just do normal stuff. Like, up until here, white was doing everything right. They were developing their pieces, minor pieces first, everything okay. Like, they have a good pawn structure. Then they go crazy and they start doing this, which makes absolutely no sense. Like, I mean, you want to connect the rooks over here at some point, so you want to get castled, and also you want to develop this other minor piece. So you can choose between doing this, doing that, controlling the center like this, e4, like 2 pawns in the center, a good thing if you can keep them. And it also kicks this knight that's advanced. It's important that you know that when you kick this knight, it's good because you're kicking it backwards. Like, if this knight could somehow move forward with powerfully move forward, like not in a useless manner, but then wouldn't be a good move. But here you have everything controlled of the forward square, so the knight can't go forward. But anyway, that move, rook h2, really bad. Then here again, like this move is not like, it's not that great either. It's not really doing anything. Like, I mean, yeah, continue development, like knight bd2. And this move is terrible, like weakening the pawn structure. Again, pawns can't go backwards, so now you're weakening all of this. and he plays actually no purpose except threatening this, and you should assume that your opponent is going to see the threat and do something about it and not blunder a piece like it happened in the game. Like, even if sometimes they do, but I mean, you shouldn't assume that's going to happen, because that's going to hinder your progress, because in the future you're going to play stronger opposition that's not going to do this, and then you're going to adjust that strategy again, because you're going to realize that that really doesn't work. So, and you're going to win a lot more games, even against the weaker opposition, by not playing like this, like by playing solid and just building up your position and getting a great position, and then the good moves are going to come to you by themselves. Like, once you develop your pieces, you do everything very principled, you're going to realize that the tactics and the opportunities for you are going to just appear seemingly out of nowhere, just for playing more principled than your opponents are. So, okay, another thing, yeah, again, weakening move, like, don't do that. Makes no real sense to do this here. And that was basically that. Like, I mean, the rest of the game, well, yeah, here fell for some tactics, but I mean, it's partly for having played so unprincipled before. Like, I mean, at some point, like, the pawn on c3 ended up, well, I mean, the pawn on c3 ended up falling because you were winning a piece, so I mean, that's no big deal. But I mean, should have continued development. Like, development will continue like this. Yeah, this is another thing. Like, I mean, why use the developed piece to block over here? Why not develop another piece? Like, this knight, for some reason, received a lot of mistreatment this game. Like, this was a dreadful piece the whole game. Like, no love for it whatsoever from white. Like, you should have developed that. I don't know why this piece was, like, subjected to this torment of not being developed when everything else was trying to be developed. But yeah, here obviously don't block with this knight, block with this one. Probably the idea was he didn't want to double the pawns over here, so he thought, like, oh, I go over here and then this bishop doesn't stare at the knight anymore. But it was much better to just develop this knight, like, and not care about doubling over here. And that was about that. Like, I mean, then, yeah, again, like, there were tactics, but I mean, we all fall for some tactics at some point, so, and quite often. But and it was actually like a relatively complex tactic. It wasn't like so easy to spot, I would say. I mean, kind of straightforward, but not so easy to spot, because I mean, it involved like the discoveries and things. So yeah, I mean, like, in general, just don't play unprincipled chess like that. Like, just try to follow the principles. Okay. I will play a match. Thank you for the tip. Oh, you're most welcome, Test. Let me check out Mahmoud's game. Let's see. What was your username here, Mahmoud? I believe it started actually with Mahmoud, right? No, probably didn't. Let me see. Yeah, I played a bunch of games, so actually to find that one is going to be kind of difficult. So let me know your username again, Mahmoud. Your username on chess.com, so I can look at the game. Ah, yeah. I remember it had Mahmoud there, but I didn't remember the other stuff. Okay, there. So this game, okay, yeah, your opponent played at 80.2% accuracy, so they played pretty well, yeah. I mean, it was a long game. It was the over 40 moves, so yeah, like the game review gives them 1400. I mean, of course, this is not to be taken at face value. Like, just because it says for 1400, it doesn't mean that they played like a 1400. It just means they played better than their rating, which was 800. Like, they played significant. I mean, they played like not better than their rating. That they play significantly good, like taking into account their rating. Because I mean, but it's not like to just take this number like it's really telling you that was how they played. It always takes into account like the rating that they have and stuff. But yeah, they even had a brilliant and 4 greats. Like, wow, 14 best moves, 13 good, 5 okay. Like, yeah, and no blunders. Like, okay, let me check this out. This should be interesting. So let's look at it from your perspective. You play the Karokan, okay. They played this, which I'm not sure I even saw that before, but okay, like I guess it's a move. And now they went for this. All right, like they wanted to destabilize your center in some way. I mean, probably you could even capture there, I guess, but I mean, of course they recapture with like developing a piece. So your move was the best move actually by far. So you go over here with a pawn. Check. Okay, you block with the knight, I suppose. No, you block with the bishop. Okay, also good. Like knight c6 was also good, right? Yeah. Okay, so here over there. Okay, this you develop. Takes over there. Okay, you can hit that queen straight up with the rook, I think. Yeah, I mean, just going over here was actually the best move. You kick it out right away because this is protected by the knight. Like, pretty typical when they grab that pawn. Like, I mean, now they have to go here because this is also protected. Like, I mean, they didn't achieve much by just going pawn grabbing like this. And then you continue with e5, like you intended to. Oh, actually, here you can play e5. Like, not e6. E5 much better. You support this, and this is guarded. And this knight is not going to be kicked anytime soon, so you don't have to worry about it. Like, to kick this knight, they would have to go here and here. And first of all, once they try to go over there, you have this move again. And secondly, after you play e5, you also will have this. So no problems there. I mean, of course, you don't have it right away because otherwise you will blunder this after, like, let's say they take over here, then you take over there, then they take here. So removing the defender. But the point is, if they, I mean, potentially, I don't know. I'm just saying what I see immediately. But yeah, the point is, if they go over here, like you have this, and if you already move this pawn, you also are targeting like that. So no reason to worry. You could have just played e5 there. Okay, they just gave you the pawn. Now you have a really good position. Wait, what? Wait a second. They played at 80% accuracy here? Like, how did that happen? Like, so far they are playing very unimpressively. Like, this is crazy. Okay, you went over here, already mistake. Take over there, takes. Goes over there, okay. Oh, you went here. Yeah, for some reason you're neglecting your further development here. Well, I mean, I see that this was under attack. But apparently you can actually even just straight up castle. So after this, like, you don't really need to worry about it. Like, probably because you pin it with a rook immediately to the queen. And after that it would be lost, I believe. Like, but I mean, that might be a little bit more complex. Like, you have to see it by analyzing, like, a little bit tactically. But yeah, here if you castle, you're tactically defending that, because if they take over here, I believe you put the rook over there. I think that's the idea. And now the knight is pinned, and if they try to support it, like for instance like that, then you go over here, and yeah, you're just winning that knight. But yeah, I mean, you played over here natural. I mean, you wanted to develop that, and you didn't want to play f6, which makes sense. They went over there. Okay, interesting sack. Yeah, because you can't take because you're absolutely pinned over here. So yeah, that's another thing. Like, you really needed to castle. Yeah, I didn't see that at first when I looked at this. But yeah, this is a very common thing, of course, this spin. So, well, now they have to do something about the knight. They go over here, hitting your bishop, makes sense. And now they are like on the brink of getting the bishop pair, basically. Like, I mean, well, you can go like over here and here, I guess. Oh, okay. You went there. I mean, you're hitting the queen, but the queen simply just moves and then can even move to like here where it's sort of putting pressure on this knight because the knight is only developed by defended by the bishop. You probably would go back here, and then if they take the bishop, you're still defending the knight. But also there would be this in the future, forking them. Yeah, so actually, like here, if they go over there, and then they go for taking the bishop, then after you recapture, then get hit by this, and you're just losing material there. Oh, they went here. What was the best move there? Oh, queen c2 wasn't even among the best moves. Let me see. What happens if you go queen c2? Like, is there a problem with that move? Oh, yeah, it's actually a mistake. Rook c8, yeah, because you can align that. Okay, I mean, white isn't losing after it, but loses their advantage. So actually their move was much better. Oh, and it makes sense. I mean, you're just threatening mate apart from keeping the option of getting the bishop pair over there. So it goes over here, okay. Went there with check. I mean, could have just grabbed the bishop, I guess. Yeah, grabbing the bishop was the best move here. There. Okay, well, you can repeat. Like, why did you go there? Like, I mean, if you're getting smashed, like in this case, just repeat the moves. Like, especially if you're playing against a high-rated player. Like, this opponent was slightly higher-rated than you. At the very least, I believe you wouldn't have lost anything for drawing. Like, if you see that you're getting sort of smashed, then just repeat moves. Go over here. If they want to repeat, they can't repeat, because if they repeat, they draw. I mean, that's good for you because you're getting absolutely crushed. Unless you didn't realize that you were getting crushed, which is a possibility, but I don't think so. I think you realized it. Okay, now you get forked over there, and now you're losing material. They just moved the queen, and they're still forking. They went over here, which for some reason was considered a miss. Oh, yeah, because this knight now can escape by hitting the queen. That was the problem. Like, they just now they are not winning material. Now you just move the knight over here, hitting this, and then you can move the other knight, and actually you're not losing anymore. Instead, you went over here, and yeah, now you lose a knight. Okay, yeah, you grab that, but still you're getting absolutely smashed still. Develops over here, of course. Now when the other bishop develops, you're going to get your queen hit, and your queen will not have anywhere to go to. Like, your queen is completely trapped over there. Like, this is covered. You can't go over there. And when the bishop moves, then this will be hit without any escape squares. This happened. Okay, so you at least control something about the bishop, but they can still move the bishop over here, and I mean they are getting like good material for the queen anyway. Yeah, bishop a3 was the best move there. Okay, they finally played it. Now this. Okay, that. And oh, okay, they allowed you to fork their queen and king, but of course they are getting the rook, and they are still up a rook at the end of all of this. And okay, and now they just push, and that's it. Yeah, I mean, this guy played pretty well for an 800. Like, played pretty well. Oh, hello, BS. Thanks for tuning in and for subscribing and joining the conversation. Yeah, that's why. That's why, Mahmoud. Yeah, I mean, you do grab the rook, but you're getting the queen stuck in the cookie jar over there. I mean, with a hand stuck in the cookie jar. So yeah, good stuff by the opponent spotting that. But yeah, I mean, when it seems like you're losing, you have to think about resources that you may have. And after they moved over here, then you had this, and yeah, like that hits a queen and saves your knight. Like if you get like an opportunity when you're getting your pieces forked like that of moving one of them with a tempo, then you might actually save them, which is the case here. You move over here 96 and actually you were completely okay. Even though you were down a pawn, but you were completely fine. I mean, and actually you weren't down a pawn for long because you were going to capture this one, which is a reason, like, yeah, you're even getting the pawn back. So, but more importantly, you're not losing a piece. Okay, you went for this, which is some sort of counterplay, but the problem was that you get your queen trapped. Which probably wasn't your opponent's idea in the first place, but then they realized it when it happened. Well, yeah, that was basically that, yeah. So yeah, good game by your opponent. You played pretty well. Another thing that I wanted to say. Well, I already said it, but another thing was, yeah, here, like when your opponent is repeating moves and you're getting smashed, then just repeat moves with them. Like if you're getting crushed, repeat moves. Especially, I mean, considering that they're slightly higher rated, so I mean you can repeat moves and you're not losing any rating points for drawing here. Because okay, if your opponent is lower rated, you might want to like keep the game going even if you're worse, because you might end up winning later on, and if you draw, it's you're actually losing rating points. So. Okay, so now let's take a look at the French a little bit, Mahmoud. Do you want to do that? Like we said, take a look at a little bit of French stuff. Like very basic. Don't worry, guys. Whoever else is watching, like not. We're not going to go like super deep into theory where everyone gets bored. Like just. Well, I mean, I don't know much about theory, but I mean, I'm going to grab a book for this, obviously. Because I don't play the French. Yes, and play a game with you. Okay. All right. So let's start with the French thing. Give me 1 second. I'll go grab the book. Later, because I'm streaming. When I finish streaming in a little while.
讨厌，不跟你玩了。
别。
你哥别逼我。老哥，你看波斯的院儿，你还看不？不要看。
Okay, so this book actually quite useful if you're a beginner, especially. Like the complete book of chess strategy by Jeremy Silman, international master. All of his works are very, very nice. I'm also reading another book of his. But this is like it's sort of like a cheat sheet to chess, basically. Like it brings a little bit of everything, and you can and it brings it in like very few words about all the stuff. Like it brings a little bit about endgames, a little bit about openings, a little bit about the middle game, different like things like pawn structures and things like that. So it is quite useful to get like a glimpse of stuff. And that's where we're going to take a look at the French. So let's see what they say about the French here. Page 41. Okay, the French defense. So let's set up an analysis board here. There we go. Let's look from black's perspective, because I assume you want to play this as black. So e6 is the French defense, right? The idea is to go d5 afterwards. I mean e6 against e4, by the way. Like openings are always with according to the position on the board, not just what you're doing on your side of the board. So e4, e6, that's the French defense. The idea is simple, like black wants to strike at the center pawn with d5 next. So usually white will play d4 grabbing the center, and then d5 will happen, which was the idea. So this fighting opening locks in the c8 bishop, so this bishop is locked in behind that pawn, right? and cedes white central space. Now white has the 2 pawns in the middle. Black is willing to make these concessions in exchange for a solid central pawn chain. His pawn on e6 defends the pawn on d5, naturally, and the possibility of central and queenside counterplay by c5. So eventually they are going to play c5 here, striking at the center and also getting some space on the queen side. So this side of the board would be the queen side naturally. So that's one of the very topical themes in the French defense. Like c5 gets played a lot of the time. The 2 structures that occur are 1. White has pawns on d4 and e5. So wait, on d4 and e5, sorry. So yeah, something like this, like it can occur in the advanced variation, like right away. Right now, white can push here, and this is the advanced variation, and already we have this pawn structure they are talking about. Black has pawns on d5 and e6. This can appear after this move e5, the advanced variation, or after knight c3 here, defending this pawn. Knight f6, again striking it. E5. And then, well, you're going to move this knight somewhere. So now we have the same pawn structure again. Or it can also occur after knight d2 with the same idea. I mean, you're again defending knight f6, e4, same thing. I mean, e5, sorry. So that's one of the pawn structures that can happen. And a closed pawn center, as the one that you see after this. So here, a closed pawn center usually calls for play on the wings. So when you have this, where everything is locked here, like these pawns are not, there's no tension between the pawns anymore, like it's just completely locked, this is not going to open up, then the play will be on the wings. That's a very important concept to know. Like usually you want to play in the center if possible, but when the center gets locked up like this, then you're going to be playing on the king side or on the queen side, usually on the side that you have more space in. So in this case, black's pawns point towards the queen side. These pawns are pointing in that direction, right? Towards the queen side. And while whites are aiming at the king side. So these pawns are aiming over here. However, black, who will most definitely take control of some extra queenside territory, can also strike at white's center by c5, again, this topical pawn push, or f6. Like f6, which I always tell you, be careful about playing. Well, in this opening, it does get played. Still be careful about playing it, but I mean, like, in this particular configuration with this pawn structure, it is a pawn break to consider where you're striking at this pawn. White's play often comes from kingside piece play via queen g4, bishop d3, h2 to h4, so this pawn push over here, etc. So that's basically one thing that white can sort of go for, like here, and they are trying to go after the king over here when it gets castled. An effective alternative, though, is to seek a pawn break by f4 and then f5. So to go here first, supporting this, and also with the intention of going over there for this pawn break. The tough, gritty positions that come from this opening are not to everyone's taste. Germany's Wolfgang Ullmann was a lifelong French addict, and Super Soviet Grandmasters Mikhail Botvinnik, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, who was world champion for many years, and Viktor Korchnoi also gained many fine victories with it. Two about pawn structures that arise from this opening, right? Let me see. Yeah, this is the other structure that occurs. Like when you're studying an opening, very useful to know the pawn structures that come from it. So the other pawn structure that arises from this opening, I mean, other very common pawn structure that arises from it. White has a pawn on d4. Well, okay, so it's after trade, right? Let me see. Like here, knight c3, then D takes e4, knight takes e4, yeah? Okay, so this pawn structure, the other common one. So white has a pawn on d4, while black has a pawn on e6. The e4 and d5 pawns have been exchanged. So yeah, what you just saw, like this, knight c3. And after this, black actually does exchange over here. So this formation comes about after, and yeah, they give you these moves, is generally considered to be slightly more comfortable for white. He possesses more space, so white, you know, has this central knight over here and has a pawn like in the sweet center here. Not this this pawn is also having some influence in the center, but it's just a little bit more moderate, if you will. So this is generally to be considered more comfortable for white. He possesses more space, can use the e5 square as a home for his knight. So here, via knight g1 to f3 to e5. So you can go here with this knight. You might go over there and use this outpost for the knight. And owns a good light squared bishop that can easily bother black's kingside after an eventual bishop d3. So again, this bishop d3 move and having some influence there on the kingside. Black's counterplay rests in a timely c5 advance. So at some proper moment, like not right now, which just loses a pawn, you might play c5. And white's d4 pawn, which rests on the half-open file. So this is the same open file like I talked to you before, like where you would like to put some heavy pieces in, if you're, especially if you're black. Like for black, this is a semi-open file because only white spawns over there, right? So white's d4 pawn, which rests on the half-open d file, can also become a target if the first player grows careless. So yeah, I mean, this can become a target, like have to be careful as white here. And as black, you will keep that in mind, that you may be able to strike at that at some moment. And the poor black bishop on c8, so this one, which is a poor black bishop because it's just stuck behind the pawns for now, will usually come into play by b6, followed by bishop b7. So you want to fianchero, right? The bishop stands beautifully on the active b7 h1 diagonal. Or also another way of developing it, by bishop c8 to d7 and then to c6. When the bishop once again has found happiness on the c6 h1 diagonal. So that's all they say about the French defense in this one. I don't want to bore you with like a lot of theory. That's why I picked this book instead of like a specific opening book. Like I have a couple of opening encyclopedias that we can also take a look at if you want. But I mean, for now, I didn't want to bore you with like a lot of theory right off the bat. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. And if you want to take a look at more stuff, then I can, like I said, I can pull up one of the other books and we can look at more stuff, if you will. Otherwise, we can just play. You said you wanted to play a game. We can play a game now. And also, I mean, the rest of the people that are watching, feel free to suggest stuff to do. Like, I mean, we always do like puzzles, play games, guess the elo, lots of things. I mean, guess the elo on on endgame.ai. I've been using that that website. That's brand new to play that here, and it has been fun as well. So let me know what you want, Mahmoud. How can I develop pieces? Oh, okay, yeah. Let's small detail, like where do you develop the pieces in this opening, right? Well, I mean, like I said, this c5 push might come in handy. Knight f6, also a move to consider. I mean, depending on what your opponent is doing, but knight f6 will probably happen. This pawn push at some moment. Then this knight, does it usually go like? I think usually they develop it over here after they have played c5. Like if you get to play c5, you might develop it over there. Like then what else do they do? Do they come with this queen like to c7 or to b6? I think like in the games that they have been that they have played. Like let me show you some lines if you want to. Like Wait a second. Let's look at some lines from this other book. So like, let's see what they say here. So here we're looking at modern chess openings. This is an opening encyclopedia. And yeah, they say so. Okay, let's look at the advanced variation and the classical variation. Let's see. Advanced variation, probably you will face a lot, and classical variation, I assume, is the other thing that you're going to face a lot. So in the advanced variation, which is what we were looking at here, like after you play here and they go there, then let's look at some lines. Like, c5 right away in this one. Like here you can already play c5, right? Striking on the center because you have it supported by the bishop. Be careful that you can't do this if they play something else that's not e5. Be careful about that. Like I have had people, I usually play knight c3 here. Actually, not usually. I always have played knight c3 here. So if you play c5 here, then that is just a blunder. Like straight up, it's a mistake. I mean, like now white will be able to take, and it's not good for black. So don't do it there. But here you can play c5 right away. Like in the advance, you can play c5. You're defending this pawn like this, so you can already get this push in. And after that, like let's say white goes c3. This is the main move, and this, and knight c6. Then putting even more pressure here. Knight f3, defending. Queen b6, again putting pressure over there. Then bishop e2. Because I mean, still this is sufficiently defended, but I mean you're still putting pressure, and also putting pressure there if they happen to move the bishop. Always have to be careful about going pawn grabbing like this, though, if like lest your opponent traps the queen or something. Then cd4, knight h6. Wow. Okay, I assume you want to go over here in order to put more pressure on that one. Like usually when a move like knight h6 is played, is with the idea of keeping rerouting this knight by a here, or I mean like this or this. It's not to just keep the knight on the rim. So if you go over here, you might probably want to jump over there, is what I think. Then knight c3. And after that, knight f5, yeah, obviously. I mean, want to put some more pressure over there. And now knight to a4. So white goes over here, hitting the queen, because, I mean, this was getting sufficiently attacked right now. Now the queen cannot go anywhere where it's still hitting that. I mean, you can try to go like over here, but I mean, that's just, they go over there. So, and actually that just loses a queen straight up because they go over there and you have nowhere to go. So, yeah, that wouldn't be a good thing. So they go here, knight, what did you say? Knight a4, now bishop b4 check. Okay, so this, defending by giving this check instead of moving the queen. Then bishop d2. Blocking the check, queen a5, and bishop c3. So bishop goes over here. Like, keep in mind that the knight is still defended by the queen. And should you try to go after the knight, thinking, well, this knight has basically no square. Well, actually, it has this square, so never you mind. But I mean, if you were like to try something like that, like obviously they can trade at any moment here. But go over here, bishop c3, b5. Oh, b5 actually is the move that they give here. So after this, a3. So I mean, you can take this knight, but then this bishop falls. So After that, bishop c3 check. Knight c3 naturally. Knight c3, and that's basically it. Like, this is the line they're giving about in this specific variation when they go c3 and you go knight c6. But yeah, that gives you a little bit of an idea of where to play the pieces, I suppose. Then let's take a look at a very, very different one from this. For instance, let's take a look at what happens if they play like classical variation. For instance, let's see the classical variation over here. I mean, that's not all about the advance, obviously. I'm giving you just one line. Like, I mean, obviously it's much, it has a lot more theory than that. But I mean, that might give you an idea of more or less what to do with the pieces. So, knight c3, knight f6, defending over here. And bishop g5, pinning that one. Then bishop e7, I'm pinning. e5. And knight fd7. So bishop e7, queen e7, f4, castles, knight f3, c5. Again, this topical push. Like, notice that they do it at the right moment. Like, they don't do it at just any moment, but here, like, this is sufficiently defended, and now you can actually go for that strike. So c5, queen d2, queen d2, yeah, here, and knight c6, putting some more pressure over there and developing a piece. Long castles, knight b6, and queen e3. cd4, knight d4, knight d4, either rook or the queen, right? Rook d4, bishop d7, developing another piece and also controlling that, and h4, so this one, right? So again, like, some ideas of going over here, I guess, by white. But yeah, like, black gets this piece set up. Like, in this case, they went with a bishop over there instead of, like, fianchettoing, for instance. Like, always the bishop tends to be a problematic piece in this opening because you're playing e6, so you're blocking it over there. But again, like, keep in mind that you might be able to develop it by b7 and then fianchettoing, or you might be able to develop it by going bishop d6 and then potentially bishop c6. Then about the rest of the pieces, like knight f6 usually gets played, and apparently you usually castle kingside. I think when I have played against the French defense, they usually castle kingside too. And yeah, c5 always something to keep in mind. If they push this pawn at any moment, apart from c5, you also might have f6 at some point. So basically, those are some ideas that you can follow, I guess. Again, we can look at it more closely if you want to. Like, I mean, here I just gave you 2 lines of the many lines that has this book. Like, it doesn't explain them. Like, the brief explanation I was giving you about some moves, that was just me on the fly. But I mean, like, this encyclopedia, one thing it has that's not to everyone's taste, I suppose, is that it's oh, okay, you sent me unrated here. Yeah, okay, let's let me there. Do I have the yeah, I have the setup for this, so it's okay. Like, I wanted to see if I was on the right scene to play over here on chess.com. Wait, what? What happened? Oh, here? Yeah, I accepted, but nothing is happening. Oh, I cannot accept this challenge at this point. Strange. Oh, okay, I can accept this one. All right. Okay, so you're playing the French defense. Let's go for it. I support the pawn in the middle with knight c3. This again is like, oh, this is what I told you not to play. Like, this is no good. I can take over here first, I believe. But I could have also taken here first. Now I take there. And that's just simply good for me. Do I take here? Yeah, I take here with the queen. Let's go there, now there. And I just win a pawn over there. Like the c5 pawn, like I told you, be careful about when to play it, because in this variation here you don't play it. Like not at this point at least. You might play it like later on, but not right now. Okay, so it's trying to go after this one. If I play over here, for instance, I'm defending that and also hitting this, and also keep defending that. Because if I play like over here, then they, well, actually, yeah, no, actually, yeah, it doesn't work, because I mean, even though this would be hit, like this too would get hit over here, so no good. So I believe this is probably the way to go about it. Like going over here, and then if the bishop insists in sticking around, I can go like over there, and eventually will give itself up. So I go here, hitting that twice and defending against this. Like always, when your opponent makes a move, you have to think about what the move's purpose is. I noticed that he can play this. By the way, another thing that you have to look at, like when you play a move, what are the possible threats that your opponent might have afterwards? Like this, of course, is threatening my queen, and also like if I play over here, like yeah, that's a check, so I can play it if I want to. But afterwards, I have to still deal with these threats. Like, I mean, I could just go over here, here, and here and defend that, but I mean, I have to remember this. But I did take a look at this move before I played my move. Like, I mean, I did check this and say, well, I mean, if they play here, like, I mean, because you have to consider everything they are playing, that's a forcing move. This is a forcing move because it's hitting my queen. And, well, I mean, interacting with my knight also, which is only defended by the queen. But the point is, I'm just taking here, and then I'm winning a piece. I mean, not winning a piece, actually. I mean, they would take over here, sorry. So, but I can take here, and I deal with this threat over here. I take there, and then I'm also going to trade the queen, so I'm going to be quite fine after that. Like, I mean, I'm winning a piece if they take over here. They should take here, and then they are getting that material back. I'm still up a pawn though, and then I just go over here. I just trade the queens, even double the pawns over here, double isolated pawns on top of the pawn down that my opponent is. And so things are good. But yeah, like I said, I mean, always check what your opponent's threats are after they play a move. Like in the previous move over here, like I could have been careless, but I did consider that they were obviously targeting that. Like some threats are more obvious than others, so it's normal to miss a lot of those. Okay, that's a good move. Like it's pinning my knight to the king. So I basically have to play f3 now. I do have. Let me think. If I go for this check, then like they block with something, and I. Let me think. I mean, I could just play f3, but I mean, I'm giving back the pawn, which I don't really want to. I want to find a way in which I'm not giving back the pawn. So maybe I messed up, actually, and I should have just taken this knight over here. I mean, I hadn't considered all of this. check over here. They interpose one of the minor pieces, obviously. Probably the bishop. And if I take the bishop over here, they go over here hitting my queen, which is no good. So probably I have to play f3. I think I misplayed this actually, because they are getting the pawn back, and that's rather annoying. But yeah, I think I have to play this right now. So yeah, good stuff there by my opponent getting the pawn back. I think over here I had to actually take the knight and go over there. Like I thought I could actually go for this bishop pair. Still, I mean, I do get the bishop pair at the end of all of that. So obviously here we take over there. And after that, I'm going to go over here when the queen grabs the pawn. And then I'm going to have the bishop pair in an open position. So I'm not going to be up a pawn, but I'm going to have the bishop pair in an open position, which is pretty good. And I'm also going to be slightly ahead in development with one piece developed versus 0. Oh, okay, it decides to go over here, but now they don't win a pawn. So now I can go like over here. And they just don't win the pawn anymore. Yeah, going to win. I mean, they should have gone for the pawn here. I would have had an advantage, but it would have been a positional advantage versus a one that's just being up material. Now they might go over here. So if I go over here, overly defending that, they might do that. But I still will probably do this, because otherwise this is probably coming. And so if the knight comes after, like, let's say here after my bishop, I'm just going to allow that to happen. I'm going to take like here and have my pawn defended. So that's what I'm going to go for. Then I'm going to go like knight f3, and then I'm going to castle, and life is good, potentially. Okay, wants to bring the bishop to bear on the weakness naturally, so I could go here and here potentially. So they still have it defended. I think I'm going to go do that exactly. Like if this knight at any point goes after this bishop, then I can just recapture with a pawn, and this is defended by a pawn, in which case this pawn will be weak. Yeah, I thought they might do that. But even if this pawn is weak, the other pawn will be supported by a pawn now, and so will be much stronger than before. And it's an extra pawn, so that's pretty good for me. So I'm going to go over here. I think castle first, and then I might play here, because right now I don't need to worry about that, because it's only getting hit twice, so we still have it defended. If they try to target over here, which I think they will, then I go like there. See if I have anything better, actually. Like I have this one, for instance, which is a move to consider because it does hit the queen. Then potentially can go like over there. I don't see much of a reason to do all of that though. So I think I'm just going to go here. Like if they try to put more pressure on that, I still have ammunition to go here. So not really a big deal. Like Mahmoud is doing the right thing by trying to target the weakness. Like there is a weakness here, and it's trying to target it with everything they have. So they are doing a good job on that. And tying my pieces to the defense of it. I mean, but my pieces are, I believe, even though they are guarding that, they are still pretty active, I think. So as long as I don't lose activity for my pieces, I think I'm fine. Okay, that happened, so I reinforce over here. I kind of expected that. Then now, I mean, potentially there is nothing else that can come over there. I can go like here, 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 keep reinforcing, and like there's they don't have a way of keeping after this anymore. Oh, okay. That prevents me from going with a bishop over here. So all right, That's one thing they can do. So I can go over there, defend that, and then I can go here and here. Now this and this, and actually I might start something after this and then that, for instance, or that or something. But yeah, good moves by Mahmoud. He's putting a lot of pressure here. Like he's putting all the pressure he can muster to make me try to prove the advantage, which I believe I have. I mean, I do believe I have an advantage. Maybe I already messed up and lost it, but I do believe I have an advantage with the extra pawn. But of course, I mean, my advantage. I mean, I have two advantages, sort of. Like I have the advantage of the extra pawn, and I have the advantage of the. Okay, I might want to. What's the purpose of this? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's the purpose of this, honestly. Like now, okay, goes over there. Interesting. Going to go here, which is what I intended to do originally. Like this is still defended sufficient times, but I mean, apart from that, I'm hitting a queen here, so I'm actually hitting something of higher value. After that, I could go here, for instance, where, let me think, like if I go here, then they do have to do something about that. So probably here. And after that, could also potentially go over here. And after it, go over here. Could go over here directly. And then if push over there, then this. And after that, they have to go here. Then I can start like maybe targeting there. I think I might just go here, yeah. Or I go with a knight. Because I mean, when I go over here, then there's this is no longer guarded sufficient times. But yeah, I think I'm going to go here anyway. Like, I mean, they have to react to that, and then after this, okay, of course. Now I have this over here, which is again threatening. Or I have also that over here. Or over there. Oh, over there actually much better. Yeah, because I go over here, and then after it goes over here, I still have this one. And that will be mate, basically. I mean, not mate directly, it goes over here. But yeah. Sufficient pressure over there. I'm low on the clock though. I have to be careful because this is a game without increment. I mean, by the way, this move is possible because there's a pin here. But the idea is I have this over there, so once I go like over here, for instance, it's can get nasty. I also can go over here, threatening this with the bishop, and if they go over here, I'm still threatening that with the knight. So, so this might actually be more powerful even. Okay, that just loses to this, I suppose. I think here. Because I have my queen still there, which is the important part. Like, I can also go like here and then here. But no, then they go over there, which I don't like. So, going to go over here actually. Wait. Gotta be careful about this. I'm going to go over there, yeah. It's going to go back. I'm going to go here. Then I'm going to go there and there. And there's only one move there, so I don't know what they're thinking about. Like, literally one move. I'm going to go here and here. Like, this will not be prevented, I think. I mean, this will have to happen after I go there. Okay, goes over there. I just take here, and I'm still threatening that. They have to take there. Alright, so yeah, good game. So here what I thought, like once this was in, I thought they might try this here. Like, I could have tried that, and if I got too excited and I went here and tried to go for the mate, then, I mean, the truth hurts because you can actually take here. So, I had already calculated that. I mean, obviously, looked at that, and I mean, not obviously calculated it, but obviously I just take over here. Like, I mean, whichever way I take is okay, but I was going to take with a bishop, which just doesn't keep any options whatsoever. Like, the bishop protected by the queen, by the rook, and it's not even in the sights of this other bishop anymore, and it's even hitting a rook just in case. But I mean, I'm going to go for mate afterwards anyway. But yeah, the mate was unstoppable, I believe. Hello, Hadrami Ahmed. Nice to see you here again. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, I was playing a game with Mahmoud just now. If you guys have any suggestions as to what to do, if you want to play a game with me, if you want to do puzzles, whatever, just do let me know. As per usual, we respect the King F5 was winning too. King F5. Oh, you meant Queen F5. Wait, what? Queen F5 for you was winning? No, impossible. Like, well, first of all, like, that just blunders a queen, but I don't know what. I don't know when you're referring to queen. Wait, I mean, you wrote King F5, but I suppose you mean Queen F5, but I also don't see when you mean Queen F5. Like, I don't see any queen going over there any time, basically. Oh, and by the way, here, like, I'm pretty sure, like, we can check with the computer, but I'm pretty sure I messed up by taking this bishop over here. Like, I should have taken here this and then defended like this over there. Or like this, like, I mean, but probably like this better. But yeah, I mean, I miscalculated there and went over here thinking, okay, bishop pair, and then didn't look at the fact that that there was this move. This is what I overlooked, pinning the knight, and now black is getting the pawn back. Like here, after this, you should have just taken here, and then I would have gone here. And after the trade of queens, I do have an advantage because I've had the bishop pair and one piece developed, but still, like, the advantage is not as overwhelming as saying that I have one pawn. Let me check that with the computer though. Let's do a game review of that, and let's see how much I got right about my. Okay, someone wants to be friends. I assume someone that's watching the stream, so I'm going to accept that. So yeah, I played very well here. Why does it only give me the opening here? Opening accuracy. It doesn't give anything about middle game, but I mean, does it consider that this game was just a big opening? Because I mean, there were a lot of moves there. That's way longer than an opening. Let's see. So here, like I told you, this is a mistake. Against what we were looking at is against this was okay, but against this other move, this is not okay, because I can just take twice whichever way I go. Like I can take twice here or take here first, but both work, I think. Yeah, DC5 actually is very low in the list of moves, so I was right about this being the right one. So I went over here. I thought both were approximately the same to do, but I went over here maybe because I remembered from previous analysis, because I've had this position before. Like that's why I was so sure also that it was a mistake. But I mean, the first time I faced it, I also thought it was a mistake, and I punished it correctly. I remember that. So okay, over here, of course, it was a good move defending that. And after this, this actually is a blunder, and the punishment was this, but I obviously missed it afterwards. Like after this, I missed. Well, oh, okay. There's this, and this. That's the punishment. So you take after they recapture, the only way they can recapture. Then this fork comes, and you get that there. So I got a bishop in all of that. So I should have done that. But yeah, I mean, F3 apparently is also completely winning. Oh yeah, wait, during all of that, I forgot that was up a piece. Like, I mean, I literally didn't realize that was up a piece until I'm looking at it now. Like, yeah, I captured a bishop over here, and I didn't overlook this move. Like, I mean, this just I wasn't overlooking anything there. Like, this piece was not recaptured yet. So when I defend the knight like this, then after this, then we're trading knights. But I was already up a bishop because I grabbed the bishop and there was nothing captured for it. I didn't realize during the entire game. Like I didn't see that I was up a piece during the entire game. Like what? Okay, that was funny. That was funny. Yeah, I mean here I saw this and I thought we had like I had two bishops and they had not the bishop pair, but I didn't. But I thought I was up a pawn during the whole time, and it didn't cross my mind that I was using this piece that was another piece that they actually didn't have. So interesting. Okay, so I was actually up a piece. That's interesting to know. So wait, what should they have done here? Like, well, they have. I always say they when I'm talking about like black and white. I always look at the game in like abstract sort of. That's why I say they. I mean, don't feel insulted. Of course, I know you are a he. So this, that. Okay. And now, yeah, bishop knight d3 was one move. Apparently, queen d6. Okay, queen d6. Queen d6. What happens if I go queen h6 now? Knight e6. Okay, defending that. Okay, yeah, that's the idea. Okay, so you back 8 here so that you can defend against the mating threat. Okay, makes sense. And then what should I have done? Like king h1, bishop a6. So yeah, I can go over here. I can just play over there so that I potentially don't get checked over here, I guess. I don't know. Like, okay. Yeah, that would have been a good way to defend. I mean, that would have defended against the mate. I thought the mate was pretty much unstoppable, but there was this vacating over here for the knight to defend. Interesting. Let's have Blitz, Mudassir Ali. Okay, yeah, just send me on rated, okay? If you were the one that just sent me, I received a challenge that was rated. I was looking at this, so that's why I didn't pay much attention to it at the moment. But yeah, let's. I can play with you. Also not possible. Okay. Knight f5. Okay. Yeah, maybe he meant knight f5. Oh yeah, he said knight there. Yeah, okay. I'd love to see you play another 10 minutes. I missed the opening. Okay, yeah, but sure, I can play. So king b2 winning. King b2. Knight b2 you meant. You meant like here, like going over there and hitting that and hitting that. Yeah, but the point is, first you play something. Like you go over here. Like now. First, I don't have the mate, and if I go here, I'm not forking anything or anything. Like, that's just sort of a silly knight if I go there. Okay, oh, someone sent name. Oh, wait. I received a challenge, and then it disappeared. Like, it completely disappeared. I didn't do anything about the challenge, it disappeared. So, send me again. Yeah. If I had at least spotted the name, I would be able to send you a challenge, but I didn't quite catch that. So, there it is. Okay. So yeah, I'll play one Blitz game here, and then I will play a 10-minute game. Then, if you want to, Hadrami Ahmed. I mean, definitely the rapid games are better for the purposes of like learning something together, because it's when I can actually explain something of what's going on. Like over here, there's not enough time. I believe I can just grab that. So I'm going to be grabbing this pawn over here in the middle. Go like, let's go here, because probably they want to go there or there, and I want to go here. So otherwise the knight can come over there. Like, notice in this game I'm giving up the bishop pair, but it's for a good reason. Like, I don't have the bishop pair, but I have a pawn for it, so. Okay, go over there. He captures with a pawn, with a knight probably, not a pawn. And here I can go pretty much anywhere. I think I'm going to go here and connect the rooks. What's over there? Not exactly sure what's going on with that move, but just play over here, I guess. Towel up over there. Oh, that. Oh, okay, yeah. The knight falls because I said so. Okay, I can actually. I don't need to really take over there. So I'm going to potentially go here. Oh no, if I go there, then he goes back and pins that. So I probably should go there, or take here. Takes here, goes there. Can go over here potentially. Let's go there, I guess. But yeah, I mean, now I lost the pawn advantage, but I at least still have the structural advantage. Like, that is one that I have. So let's go over here. Let's go over there potentially, or maybe here. Actually here, no, here not, because the knight is going to come over here, so I don't want that. Maybe here and here. That, I can just go simply here. Okay, now I fixed my pawn structure, sort of. Like, what was bad about it, I fixed it. I can go over there, and I'm defending the pawn. Does he have anything else? I don't think so. Then I'm going to go like here. Okay, now I can bring the other rook. I can also activate my king, potentially. Let's do just that. Let's go over there. Then I'm going to bring this one here. Have to be fast because this is Blitz. Now we're going to open this up. Okay. I can... Oh, I have to go over here. No, remind. Oh, okay, that's how they defend against that. Well, no, they don't defend against it. Because after this, they have to defend the rook too. So... Okay. I pin like this. Still get the pin that I wanted to, and I'm going to go over here. So... okay, they want to... Yeah, okay. Let's go over there. So, they want to go like over here, potentially. Okay, going to like shift everything to this one. Wait, which one do I take? I take this one. Because that way it's just completely free. Completely free one. Okay, goes over there. No problemo. I go here. Check. Goes over there. I can go here. Hitting that one. Or from here better actually. That way I keep the rooks connected. Okay, goes over there. I can... Let me think. Ah, there's the knight over there. Let me think which one. Like there potentially. Let's go there. Over there and maybe here, I don't know. Like I have few seconds now because I thought about it for too long. Okay. Trying to cheese me. Okay, checkmate with a pawn. Nice. Yeah, good game, good game. Now I'm going to play another 10-minute game. Those games are too fast for my tired brain. But yeah, but thanks for sending an invite. Now, do you want to play a 10-minute game then, Hadrami? Yeah, we can do another one after I play a 10-minute game or do other stuff. Like now, I'm feeling like very slow for this kind of game. Like as you saw, I almost got scammed there, like with the time. Back to when they pushed G6. Why is it an inaccuracy for them? Why was they pushing to G6 a mistake? You don't have the what to play? The level. Oh, don't worry about that. It's not about level. I mean, we can play. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Like, you'll send me a challenge? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. So in the game, why was G6 a mistake? Oh, wait. You sent me an invite. Sorry that I didn't catch that. Because I was looking at the chat, sorry. Send me again, and send me unrated also. I believe that one wasn't unrated. So in the game with Mahmoud, Hadrami wants to be friends. Yeah, sure. Let's be friends. And Mahmoud G6. Why was G6 a mistake? Let me see. Well, it wasn't a mistake. It was. It gives it as an inaccuracy. G6. I suppose they have to go like Queen G6 potentially, or F6. F6 was apparently preferable. Both of those moves were preferable. I mean, G6 probably bad because of what we saw. Like I went over here. This was the top engine move actually. So I go over there because this is pinned, and I keep putting pressure. Like it's not the end. However, if you play F6. Then, I mean, you're actually threatening my queen over there, not only blocking against the mate. So I have to do something about that. And then this idea about going for this attack against the king just pretty much ends there. I mean, I have to retreat. I can't keep the queen on this file. So that was the reason why G6 was a mistake. But actually, when I played this move, I was expecting G6. So... yeah, if I had been in his position, I probably would have made the same inaccuracy. Like, I mean, but it wasn't a big mistake. It was it gives it like an inaccuracy, and I mean the position was already lost because they were down a piece and down a pawn. So it was already a losing position. This only makes it a bit worse. But yeah, I'm going to play against Hadrami now. Then we can play if you want. Let me see. Hadrami. Just send me. I think Hadrami was your username. Yeah, there you go. Hadrami 1. Okay. Let's go for this game then. Yeah, like, I mean, another thing about the 10-minute games is that then I can talk, actually, because in the other games I can't say anything. Like, it's the streaming value of playing Blitz games is I mean, I can play them, but the streaming value is very little, actually. I mean, and I do play Blitz a lot of times. I have streams where I have been just playing Blitz, but the thing is, if I try to talk and talk about the game, then there's I lose on time all the time, and so it's rather difficult to play those while streaming. So here, Sicilian, and he went for knight c3. So I play d6 because I want to play the Najdorf against the open Sicilian. So if they play d4 at some point, I want to be able to transpose into that. Like, it's very important when you're playing an opening that you're able to transpose into whatever other opening you intend to play. If they transform the position into something that is from the other line that you play, let's say. Like, for instance, now they went knight f3. Now, they haven't played d4 yet, so still this isn't an open Sicilian. But, I mean, sorry. I mean, again, I always talk in abstract, like white-black. But, yeah, Hadrami hasn't played d4 yet, so actually he might go for a close Sicilian. He might go for, like, d3. But still, d4 is in the cards. So I have to play all the moves, taking into account that maybe I get the position I would have gotten from d4 early on, and then all these other moves. So I will play a6, which is my Najdorf move. So now if he plays d4, we transpose directly into something that I play in the Najdorf. Now he didn't play d4, he played there. So now this is officially a closed Sicilian. I will play maybe e6. I might want to blunt this bishop. This bishop is pretty strong over there. But I also could first develop over here. Like, probably will not want to keep this bishop locked in behind the pawns. So maybe over there. And then e6. Perhaps. Like, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go over here, pin this one, and then play e6 potentially. And by the way, Hadrami has been playing really good in this opening. Very, very good opening play. So I go over here with this pin. This pin is rather annoying, I mean, for white, in my opinion, because the bishop is out here with this pawn there, so the bishop can't go back and unpin. So now this pin is rather annoying. I mean, it's not like it is going to win anything, but it is something like that can be relatively annoying to the opponent. So I will keep it. Like, when asked the question of what to do with a bishop, I will not trade my bishop for the knight. I will just keep this annoying pin over here. Now, if white wants to really get rid of it, they are going to have to do something else. And if they push over there, then, well, that's first of all, I might even consider sacking there. But apart from that, then there's the fact that that they weaken the structure around the king if they do that. So this develops a piece. I'm preparing to castle. Like, I mean, in general, playing principle doesn't hurt when playing chess. Like, if you're going for principle things, then that tends to work out nicely. Just try to play principle, like play developing moves, develop your pieces, do all that stuff. Okay, well, now I can open up this king. Man, that does make me give up the bishop here, but I think it's kind of nice. If I don't do it now, they are going to move this knight away. I think I'm going to do it. think I'm going to potentially open this up. Yeah, going to go for this. Like now this king is wide open. I may even consider just I haven't castled yet. Going to consider castling this way and starting something against this. So I can also play here, by the way. Like I think they want to play here. I'm going to go here. Yeah, I'm going to definitely go here because also I get this. So I'm going to definitely go there. Okay. Now I will castle this way. That move loses a pawn. I believe it truly loses a pawn. He does get an open file for it, but I do think it loses a pawn. Like, just straight up loses it. With tempo on the queen also. I can go like over here. And keep this bishop as a defensive measure, or I can go over here actually. I just go over there. Let's trade that. Like if some pressure tries to build up against this, I believe I do have the means of protecting it well. Like I mean, I have several pieces around the king, so. Okay, I saw that. I'm going to go here because if we get this trade, I also open this up. Can go here or with this other one. I think with the other one first. Okay, now I'm threatening to win a pawn over there. And to infiltrate with a rook also. And also I can go like here and here. This is still pinned, by the way. It's pinned a different way now. So I'm going after it. Okay. I can still potentially go there. Or, yeah, I go here first. Because I want to go here and target that. But point is, if I go do it right away, then this defends actually. I still go over there, but I go like here, for instance. Defending that. I mean, not that I even need to. I could go there right away because I mean the threat would be stronger. Like, okay, yeah, goes over there. It's hitting that, but I think I can just go here because the. Oh, okay, well, but yeah, I think I can perfectly safely go there. Now, if I go here, we'll go like... I mean, I could go here if I wanted to be on the safer side of things. I mean, still, after I go here, then I'm not really threatening that because there's the knight still. So I think I'm going to go there, actually. Go there, and... oh, there's also another thing I can do. Oh, wait. First, I will go here. But then, I'm considering going there. Because there's some stuff lined up over there. Okay, it goes here. Can just simply take there potentially. now I can go like here and I'm forking. Wait, I mean forking, but not really forking, because obviously it takes the knight, but yeah, but after this, then things are looking kind of bad for them, don't it? No, but I don't want to allow them to open things up over here. So maybe this. Maybe this. Oh no, but they want to. They might want to take there. So I think here. Oh, actually, if I do that, they are going to do that. So never you mind. Actually, very good play by my opponent. I mean, obviously not as not nearly as low rated as they said they were. If I go over here, then how does he defend that with a bishop over there? But I can add another attacker. I'm going to go over here, and let's see. Like, I mean, this knight is quite hard to defend, not to mention impossible. Like, I mean, I see this, but after that there is stuff. Okay, yeah, you can go over here. I can go there. And then what? I can also go here. But yeah, but that leaves that one without protection. So let's go here. Put more pressure over there. Let's go here. Let's go there. There. Now, only way to keep the defense of that is to go over here, I believe. Okay, goes over there. I can still go here. Queen, is there anything that I should protect against? I don't think so. So yeah, now the defense of this is just impossible. And after that, this is also going to happen. So I do believe I get a winning position here. By the way, just in case you are wondering, this is not free, because something like this. But this, however, is a different story, and this is nice. I mean, after this, of course. Okay. Interesting move. I'm not exactly sure what's the purpose of it. But I'm going to just continue with this, because I don't think it impacts much, and I have little time. So now I'm going to continue like this, probably. And if something like this, then I'm going to continue like this. Wait a second. I have. Let me think. If I start like this, no, I will start like that. Yeah. First this. Then after that, I will consider something like this or this. This actually might be more to the point. No, actually, this more to the point, because then something like this would be nice. So yeah. Here, if I'm careful, white should be completely dead lost here. Okay, goes over there. Now let me think. If I go over here, check, then king has like going to the corner basically. And I mean, I have to, of course, be careful about something like this, but I can always go here. So could start like that as well. But I think this might be more to the point. Or I could just go here simply. Oh, but then, yeah, I could just go here. I don't know if I want to go there though. Maybe here. If it goes over there, I go here. I'm completely sure. Let me think here. I think I'm going to go here. Just let's go simple, as simple as possible. Like here, there is absolutely no check afterwards. There's this, followed by that potentially. Goes over there. That's rather interesting because I can go like here, or do I have something more powerful? Oh, I can go. Oh wait, no, never mind. I do over here, pretty much forcing that. Okay, go here. And now I could go there, but I'm not sure what I'm getting from it, so I'm going to go here first. What? Not right now, but later I can, potentially. Later. I can't right now. Okay, I might get flagged here. Yeah, give me 1 second then. Can you give me 1 second? Yeah, well, a little bit more than 1 second precisely. Yeah, my wife calling me to do something, but, well. I have 17 seconds, so I don't think I'll be able to perform a checkmate with that amount of time. Let's go over here. Few seconds then. I can't tell you exactly, I mean, but a few seconds, okay? See, like over here, okay. Potentially, but first I have to go like here. Oh, there's no time. I just lose on time, but yeah, well, it is what it is. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh, okay. Well, I'm in the middle of a game. What can I tell you? Okay. So, all right. I request a rematch on that, my friend. If you want to accept it, you can accept it. Otherwise, you can just go away with your flag. But yeah. I mean, obviously you play pretty well, but okay, there goes the rematch. Okay, yeah, like I mean, You play pretty well, but I mean, I totally had you there. Like, it's really annoying to lose like that, to be honest. Let's go again. Let's go again. So okay, Karo Khan. Also, like, I mean, again, I talk too much. Like, but I mean, if I don't talk, then the stream is pretty much worthless. But when you're talking and explaining, trying to explain everything, I mean, of course, you're losing time that your opponent is not losing. So that is a thing. What is that? So now this time I'm not talking so much because I'm trying to play fast, like, which is what I should have done the previous game. But yeah, I'm going to try to comment more on future moments or future games. Okay, this. Then I can go over there after mine, which I really don't like. So perhaps I should go like here, which would sort of give me that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go over here. Like, I don't want to go here again because then something like this. Like, in terms of development, I think I'm better here. Okay, goes over there. And also there's the threat against this one, so gotta keep that in mind. But I can also attack this one like this. Ah, yeah, but then there comes that anyway. So potentially I could just... Can I go here? Is this risky? I think I can just do it. Okay, now I think I go like this so that I can get this afterwards. Probably should have gone with this other one, by the way. That was nonsense by me. I go like there potentially, but then this. Okay, now I can. Oh wait, that's the rook queen is stirring from that side. I still have to keep that in mind. Let's go here. Ah, well, actually there. So probably something like this. Oh no, this. No, what am I saying? This. Probably this. What? Okay. All right, that was strange in the end, but yeah, I mean, very well played. Like both games, very well played. I mean, the first one obviously I didn't. I mean, I was winning, but it took a significant effort to be winning in that game. So yeah, well played, very well played. I mean, definitely much better than your current rating. Yeah, good games, well played. Let's go back to the Blitz games then. So yeah, in the Blitz games, well, in this last game I wasn't talking because I wanted to. I didn't want to get flagged twice in a row, so that's why I wasn't talking much. But in the Blitz games, of course, I won't be talking too much. I mean, at least not on a move by move basis. Otherwise, I'm going to get absolutely 100% flagged. Okay, so they defend the pawn over there. I'm going to defend mine. This I can go here simply. Okay. So to this, I can go here. If I go here, they might go there. So maybe let's go here. Okay, I'm defending that. Okay, fair. And now I could let me see. So here I am giving up this one, but to get something out of it, I think. And yep, that did turn out well, actually, I think. Oh, okay, now I have this and this. go like here, I think. Let's go here. Okay, now potentially push over there. I could also like first prepare like that potentially. Okay. This to defend this one, so to defend this one, so they can go here. Okay, expected. Go there. Let's go here. Oh, I could have gone here directly. What am I doing? Okay, let's go there potentially. Now this is sort of like a skewer. Defend like this. Now I can get this, which is rather nice because I get like these pawns are. I have the potential of creating a passed pawn over there. I'd go like here and start pushing. It is a completely winning game. Again, I might go like that, but actually I might even let. Oh no, because if I let them, they are going to like come over here and then here or something. It's going to be annoying. So let's go over there. Do they have an option? Now they have to trade actually. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, good game. Good game there. First game you won. Well, no, I didn't win. Like you won. Like it's a timed game. So if you beat me on the clock, you beat me. Like yeah. But yeah, I did get a little bit frustrated about that one because I was talking too much and I was spending way too much time on the clock. So that's basically what happened. But still, obviously, like you have to use the clock as a weapon. So that one you did win. Oh, thanks for the games too. And yeah, that was. But yeah, your strength is much better than your current rating. I don't know how many rated games you have been playing lately, but definitely much stronger than 800, like by far. In the second game you did blunder meeting one, but it happens sometimes. But the first game you played really good, and in the second game you were playing really well until you blunder meeting one. Like before that, you were playing very well. You have been 800 for years? Well, it makes sense that you have been 800 for years because that means that you have been playing for years. So yeah, it shows your strength of you have good experience and you have good knowledge, definitely. Like yeah, I don't know which kind of 800s you've been facing, but like the way you played against me was formidable. So if you play that well, you're definitely going to get out of 800 very soon. You're playing every day, like rated games every day. Okay. Oh, if you don't mind, let me take a look at some of your games. Let's see. Like maybe I can give you some tips or something because it's because I believe you play very strongly. Like let me see. Okay, you lost this one, which I assume was a rated game. Otherwise, it was against someone like close to your rating. Yeah, for now, I will not play. Will not play another Blitz game for now. My friend, with us here. Later, maybe we can play another one, but now I think I might just do puzzles or something. I'm going to analyze a little bit of this game first because I want to see like what's Hadrami actually losing to. Okay, so here you probably should take the pawn or defend with something. So you defended like this. Okay, well that was sort of alright, but yeah, just taking it was the easier way forward. Also, after you take, if they take with a queen, then you're going knight c3 afterwards. So nothing wrong with taking there. But yeah, it is a strange opening that you're facing over here, but also you're playing the King's Gambit, which I never play, so I don't really know much about it. Here you were better. You're going to grab the pawn. Okay. Gave like some random check. Like, okay, you can just go like knight f2, I guess. No, g3 actually. You should go g3. So what happens after? Oh yeah, because after pawn takes, then you still can take with a knight. Like, I mean, oh no, actually you're still defending the rook. So actually after pawn takes, you can take with a pawn because you're defending the rook with a queen. Like usually the queen is not here to defend the rook, but in this case it is. So yeah, I would have probably gone knight f2 too, because this configuration is so not so uncommon when you receive this check over here, that it's not very usual that you're going to play g3 and be defending the rook over here. Like usually you don't play g3 because after they do that you can't recapture with the pawn because you're losing the rook. But in this case you're not losing the rook. You can just recapture. But actually the computer wants bishop g5 when this queen is absolutely trapped. Wow, what a trapping of a queen. Like this would be what a trapping of a queen. But I mean, yeah, seeing this and then this and then this and I trap your queen is not that easy, honestly. Like, I mean, you trap the queen because there's a knight over there, and then this knight is protected over here, and the queen can't go anywhere because there's this guarding there, and this guarding there, this guarding there. Like, it's just and this guarding here. So would be kind of nuts, that trapping of a queen. So you played a very natural move here. You're still having an advantage here. So you didn't defend that pawn. That probably not good. Like, can't they just grab over here? Like, that's not even the top move. What happens if they grab over here? Oh, okay. You go after the rook over there. Never you mind. So that wasn't. Oh wait, that was played in the game. Okay. And you play queen e4. Okay, yeah. So this was a moment for pawn grabbing. Like, this was a moment where, because it's not just pawn grabbing, like you're grabbing that and you're hitting the rook, and nobody can defend that rook, so nobody defends that rook, so it has to go like over here, and then you proceed from there, like with whatever you want to do, basically. Yeah, you went over here with the intention of course, they have to block with the knight and go back, and after they block back with the knight, you take with the bishop, I assume. No, you didn't take with the bishop? Okay. Yeah, I mean, here, like, the most natural would probably be taking here twice. But it's not the top engine move. Top engine move is like bishop b5 check, which... yeah, okay, and if they go over here, you just take, because that would fork the rook in the corner, so they can't do that. So bishop b5 check in this case, it's actually good, because they have to move the king afterwards if they don't want to lose material. If they go over here, then you take, and then here and here, and you're just getting the rook. So interesting. Like, I mean, this position has lots of things. I mean, this game has lots of positions that are quite unusual. Like, it's very rare that you give a check on b5 with the bishop, and it's good when they can just play this pawn up. But in this case, it is good because, I mean, you can just take the pawn in this case. And you're winning like 1,000 points of material. Okay, so here this happened. Castles. Okay, so you're doing alright still. You went over here. Yeah, this is this is bad. Like, I mean, you tried to defend tactically against this, but it's not working out. Like, they can take with this knight over here. Then they're winning an exchange. Your queen is still under attack also. I mean, obviously you would take over here with a queen, but they are getting an exchange, which is what happened in the game. Like, yeah, be careful when you're defending tactically against something. Like, be very careful. Like, always think very carefully when you're trying to defend tactically about what they can do about it. Like otherwise, the simplest defense is the way to go. So yeah, here just move the queen somewhere, I guess. Oh, actually, bishop e6 had to be played. Yeah, of course. I mean, bishop e6, you're just winning the pawn. So bishop e6 with check, and then you go over here, you grab that, and then you move, and then you're just away from the attack of this knight. That would have been best. Otherwise, just move the queen. Okay, went over there. This, okay, they are trying to get checkmate over here if you're not careful. And you try to kick the knight over there. They grab this. Wow. Okay, so now after you take back with, let's say, the pawn. Oh, okay, because they have this with mate. This is mate. So you can't take back there. So you actually would have to take that knight, I guess. You take it with check, but okay, yeah, you got kind of destroyed here. Wait, oh, it's not mate because you just go over here or here. Still nasty, and still the top engine move is queen e1 anyway. So queen e1, you blocked like this. Okay, got blocked also with a queen. Blocked like this. Okay, bishop check. Wow, like yeah, this is utterly nasty, but you should have still gone over here to see if your opponent didn't see what they can do. I mean, they can go like at the very least here, but yeah, probably should have tried for that. Like this just makes things easier because they can just grab that. And yeah, it's wow. Like, okay, I get why you're still in 800 because I mean this 800 played pretty crazy good. Like, I mean, aside from when they were losing at the beginning, but like they didn't even blunder a piece or anything. They blundered like one pawn or something. So yeah, I mean, 800s are be playing very good these days. I've been playing King's Gambit and Caro Kann every time. I want to learn different opening. Yeah, yeah, King's Gambit, maybe you might change that. Like, Caro Kann against me, you were getting a great position, so I would say just keep playing Caro Kann probably. But King's Gambit, maybe stop playing it. Like, here you got a really crazy position, and it seemed a little bit tough to handle. Like, I mean, it was tough to handle. It's very chaotic, and like this is already inaccurate, and later on, like lots of mistakes happened on both sides. So I would say maybe play something a little bit more chill than this, so that you don't have to. So you don't have to deal with the chaotic positions arising from this. Like for instance, you might want to try the Ruy Lopez, which is what I play. Like here, later you will castle. I mean, you have to keep in mind that this is not a free pawn after you take over here. Because if right away you take over here and then afterwards you go over there, then there's this with a fork. And so black is not winning, but they are much better. So don't do that. But after you castle and there's no check over here, then there you might consider taking over here and then there. Also when you're defending this pawn somehow by d3 or something. But you could try to play this. I mean, other ideas in this opening, like going c3 and then d4 later on. Basically, just finish developing your pieces and you're fine. And I mean, there's a lot of theory for the Ruy Lopez, but I mean, you don't need to learn a lot of theory to play pretty much any opening at beginner level. And also the Ruy Lopez is popular at every level. Like, I mean, it's popular from beginner level to master. And also another opening you can play the Scotch, for instance. Like here they take, you take, and then after they go like knight f6, you take over here, they take there. I mean, you got a nice position. Obviously you have to defend the pawn after that, of course. You can play the Italian. If you play the Italian, if you get if they play here, you might even go for the famous fried liver attack. I mean, Actually, some people, I think they call it night attack, like it says here. When black didn't allow that, but yeah, I mean, you can go for this. I mean, and it doesn't mean they have to fall for it, but actually that wins. That gets you a pawn. Like after they go over here, then what was it? You take, I think. Yeah, I'm kind of forgotten about the lines. Then goes over here, check here. Then was it taking with the pawn? Yeah, with a pawn, and then you have options like you can play queen f3, pinning this pawn, or you can play like bishop somewhere. So like I mean, it's there are other openings that you can definitely try. Like I would try one of those. Like I mean, you can play the Scotch, you can play Rui Lopez, Italian, one of those. You can try out. I mean, the Italian you can also play it like even if they go for this, you can play it like here and go for something super slow. I mean, much more positional in nature. You might want to couple that with your Caro-Kann. I mean, the Caro-Kann is more of a positional opening too. It's not like super tactical. Messy and aggressive. Thanks for the advices. Oh, you're very welcome. You're most welcome. But yeah, I mean that guy that you were facing there, the 800, like he was playing really well too. so yeah, I mean it seems like the pool has become quite tough. But I mean yeah, you're playing. You play very well. You play very well. So now maybe I don't know what you guys want to do. I mean, if you want to play more games or do puzzles, otherwise maybe puzzles or guess the elo or something. Maybe I'll try some puzzles on leeches. Today I haven't been on leeches. But if you guys want to do something else, just feel free to let me know. Going to change the scene. It's going to look a little bit weird for a moment. But that's just because I have to open this puzzle streak here. Puzzles? Alright. So yeah, I'm in the middle of a puzzle streak here. This is when I was trying it out. So we are on puzzle 22 of leeches here on a puzzle streak. Okay, it already tells you which game it came from. It came from a 3+2 Blitz between two players rated 1700. So interesting. Find the best move for white. Okay. So white can just push over here and go for promotion, I guess. Like, I mean, if this, then we go over here and we're defending that. So I think we go over here. Like, I mean, it's either that or going over there. I'm guessing in one of those situations, the bishop actually, yeah, if we go for this one, then the bishop goes over here, and after we go there, then the bishop is in time to stop the pawn. So we go over here, and the bishop can't stop it. And of course, we have to defend against this. Okay. Best move for white here. Oh, hello, Mahmoud. How are you doing? So, welcome back. Now we're doing some puzzles on leeches. You asked me the other day what the difference was between leeches puzzles and chess.com. So now you can see for yourself. We are on puzzle 23, but we just started. Like I was on 22 before. Like, I mean, this is not. I mean, we already did 23 puzzles, so we're on 24 actually. Okay, this rook under attack, queen under attack. We have this with the bishop staring over there, and then we're going to go over there. So after this takes, then we go over here, and the truth hurts for black. Okay, black to move here. We have a skewer. We have this, king moves, and we pick up the queen. So has to be that. Okay, here we move over there, so there's no discovery. Otherwise, there might be a nasty discovery. Okay, here we could potentially take this pawn threatening this, but they go over here. Then what do we do? Like, Oh, we have this. We have this. If takes like this, we take like that. Oh, actually, what am I doing? Like, I mean, we go over here, we hit that, and then if they go over here, we take this. So, I mean, actually, this is a fork. So, yeah, let's go for that. Okay. There you go. So, combining the two things that I was looking at, we arrive at the solution. Okay, we have a fork here winning this, and it has to be that, yeah. Okay, it goes over there. Now it's sort of skewering our pieces. Let's see. We have this hitting that one. I do believe that's what we go for. And then afterwards we're going to like move over here. Okay. Rook e5. Okay. We have checks. Like if we check the king like over here, then he goes over there, then we go here and it's a fork. So it's that, because from here we can't fork because there's this. So oh, okay. I wasn't counting on that one, but we take over here and we take over here. We can check here. Oh, we can check here. Probably this one better. I mean, if we check over here, at the very least, we're getting that. So this looks super good. Now let's see if there's a mate or something after it. No, oh, can't go over there. What am I saying? Like, I mean, if it goes over here, like I was still thinking about like if we give this check, but actually now that I'm giving this check, then the king doesn't escape there. Like options are give up the queen, which obviously makes no sense, or go like over here or here. So let's say they go over there, for instance. Then, well, at the very least, we have this. And I don't see us getting checked anywhere, so I think, yeah, I mean, we're already winning there, so I think we might just go for it. I think just takes. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything else, so let's go for it. Yeah. Okay. Best move for black. Okay, well, we could try for something like that. They could try to like interpose queen. After which we what? If goes over here and interposes queen, we have this. And the king can't go over here. So that would be checkmate. Yeah, so I mean, if we go over here, they can't interpose the queen. So we go over there, and they can't do anything else. Like, that's what they can do. So actually, they're getting mated. Sorry. Let's see. We have the pinned. Could do something like this. And after this, arrive over here. No, there's nothing there. But what am I thinking? Thinking nonsense. What if this one then has to take, then we arrive with the queen in some capacity, like for instance over here. Could go over there. We could go over here. And that's just that. Like, I mean, that will be mate, so they wouldn't go for that. So here, here, here. Oh, they only have that. There's no interposition. They have to go forward. And then we go over there, and that's it. It's mate because there's this covered. So, yeah. Okay, good.
Can I tell you one thing?
Yeah, sure.
Next time, we'll open the cover of this salad because the cover there's a lot of salad. Don't just like this, okay? Just put that this. You have to turn over. Otherwise, there's a lot of salad just drop on the table lah.
Oh, okay.
知道了吗? Do you know what I mean? You understand me?
Yeah, I mean, don't turn it, like, when I turn it, like, first,
yeah,
like this.
and don't make the liquid drop. They all just sit there.
Oh, okay. 好的. Okay, so should be 2 here. So far so good. Yeah, so far so good. So far so good, exactly. Oh, we have this with a skewer. The queen can't defend the bishop over there. This similar situation happened in a game that I was looking at from my friend that I was looking at the game the other day. I believe it was in one of his games that this situation happened. Now we go over here, we pin it again, and win it. Wait, they can actually... Ah, yeah, they can't bring the rook because we take the rook. So we take over here, boom, 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 and we can defend with the bishop over there. Okay. That we can take with a pawn, we can take with a king, or we can do neither of those things. And since we're actually down like a million pieces, we probably don't do either of those things. So let's see. Actually, we probably have to take back first of all. So if we like take over there, then what else? Oh yeah, this is pin to mate. So after taking over here, they have to deal with the threat of checkmate, and also with the threat of us giving some check with the queen and then picking up the exchange like that. I do believe we start with this. I mean, obviously not like this, because at the very least there are some checks there, so let's avoid that. I think we start like this. This, okay, it just takes the bishop, alright. That makes things easier, because otherwise we were like threatening to give a check and then pick up the rook at the very least. Or just push the pawn and... well, no, not push the pawn. We couldn't push the pawn because that would block our own mate. Okay. Let's move for black here. Alright. Lots of things going on. Lots of things going on. Like, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have that. We have lots of things going on. So, first of all... First of all, what's this? Should be easy, but there's so much stuff looking at each other that I'm getting like serious complications to find out what's the move here. Oh, we can take over here. Of course, if queen takes, we're just at the very least getting material. But if knight takes over here, then we take over there. And they have to interpose knight or queen and keep losing material. Because, I mean, this is covered over there, so they have to interpose something and lose it. And they are still borderline getting mated, so I think it's sad. Bishop h6 is the way, 7 is the way, I think. No, I think bishop h7 too slow. I mean, I'm saying I don't think so. I shouldn't say no, because I mean, I actually don't know. But I think we have to go for the more forcing matters. Like this seems not as forcing. It could be though, but it's not as forcing. Like, let's say, well, they can take the bishop because there's this. And that's even worse than the first case. But if they don't take the bishop, they just ignore. What are we doing next? Well, we are going here and here. Ah, yeah, but there's this. So, might be, actually. Bishop h7 might be also. But I think this one, more forcing, should be the way. Like if this, and like we are just up material clearly by the end of that. And otherwise we are otherwise it's even better for us if they don't go for that. So I think, but I'm not sure, like bishop h7 actually does also look nice. What if bishop h7 and they take with a queen? That might be a refutation of it, sort of. Like if you take over here, then takes over here. No, takes over there again. Oh wait, if takes, you take here. Yeah, but by the end of that, they are still a material, I think. So, yeah, I think it's with the rook. But I mean, bishop h7 does deserve some... No, bishop h7 trading checkmate. Bishop h7. Like, you mean, what if they do this? You mean there's checkmate here? No, I don't think in that line there would be checkmate. Or maybe you meant something else. But if they take with the queen, I don't think there's checkmate. Which they might. Because, like, I mean, if we go for something like this, then I do think that they are still doing well. No, they can't take here because you take there. So take here, then you take here. Yeah, actually, in that case, we would be winning too. So no, they shouldn't take like that. How can they do if we do this? I mean, we're not threatening checkmate, I believe, because like there's this and this defending against that. But I don't see a way that they can take the bishop successfully, though. So yeah, it's between bishop h7 and rook h7. Yeah, both look very good. Yours is a solution? Okay. So here you said only move king g7, queen h7, checkmate. Yeah, I mean here they would probably take with something. Like, I mean, they after this, they're probably going to take here, and then we're going to take here. But I mean, at the end of all of that, then we're still doing all right. Like, and they can't take here because we take there, and they're mated. And also, like if we go here, takes here, and takes here, then at the very least we have takes there. So yeah, I mean that, but I mean it's going to win material. It's not going to be mate. Yeah, there they go. So we take over here. Now we take either with the queen or with the knight. If we take with a knight, then they might have something in the form of checks. I don't think so. This. Then they can potentially save the rook. So we take over here, and they can't take back with the queen, and they have to defend against the discovery. Yeah, I think we just take with the knight. I'm just, I mean, obviously takes with a knight would be a free piece if there is nothing that they can do to us, but yeah, I think it's obvious to take with a knight. I don't think they can do anything to us. Wait, just in case? Do we have anything else? No. I don't think so. Like, I mean, if we take with a queen, that's probably drawable. At the very least for white. Oh, no, it was with a queen? Oh, shoot. Man, that sucks. But how are they doing anything to us after this? Okay, let me see. What happens after this? Like, in the at least... Let me turn on the engine here. Oh, they have me. Oh, they have rook h. Oh. I was always looking at some things over here, but I didn't even. Ugh. Okay. Yep. There's that and that and that. Like, boom. Yeah, I didn't look at the rook h8 at all. Like, not even for a second did I look at that. He was so. I mean, it was a check and completely overlooked it. I thought maybe after this, this, and this, they could still like make a draw with rook against the two pieces, maybe. But and in general, two pieces versus a rook is a win. Yeah, no, I totally overlooked this one. So okay, let's go new streak. I'll do a couple of puzzles of this one, and then I will call it a night, I think. So first puzzle here, okay, we have mate, and here goes here, then here. This one, we have this with a fork grabbing the knight. I think it's that what we have to do. They go over here, we just go here. Okay, this one, we can. If we grab this, they grab that, we grab that. Are we winning after that against the knight and the passed pawn with a rook? Or do we have something over here, like check here? Oh, okay, wait. That's better. Maybe. Like, takes here. Check, useless interpositions, so has to go to this file, and then after that we take. Oh no, but we're still getting pinned. What am I saying? Like, no, not useful. Oh, but we can go here, here, and here. I mean here. Sorry, not here. Here, that's covered. Here, and here. And then if he interposes the queen, that's protected by the pawn, so not useful. So I think that, so we can take... Oh no, we can't take. What am I saying? Ugh. Then the pawn will be pinned to the king. Yeah, my brain is not braining now. So I think just takes here, and then after this, and pray that we're actually better after that. This is the second puzzle of the streak. Okay, what's that? Yeah. Okay, now this, find the best move for black. We have this forking because there's a pin over there. And we just take here, yeah. Okay, we have this one. Then they have to interpose the rook and they get mated, so. Okay, we can mate in 2 ways, can't we? Oh, so Lich's puzzles actually admit more than one solution? That's interesting. Like, I mean, both moves are checkmate. That's interesting. That's good. So over here, check maybe. What do we gain from this? Like here goes here, then here, and the truth hurts for the black king. Okay. White to move here. We have this with a fork that wins material. Oh wait, except for the fact that we're down a queen. We go over here. King goes there. Oh wait, what? We have fork winning a queen. Okay, never mind. Okay, this, we have this pinning the queen to the king. Yeah, that's that, yeah. Okay, if we can make this king move away, then we can grab this queen for free. But we don't have anything to make the king move away, so probably not that. Ah, wait, we can take over here and then we can fork here and here. That's it. Yeah. Okay, this. We can start pushing. Potentially. Oh, we have this and we can grab this. Yeah, that's it. Okay, best move for black. We have this. Yeah, it forks the king and rook. We're about to promote, so much about to promote here. We go here, here, here. But I mean, can they check us to like infinity over there? Like we go here. King clearly goes over there. Then we go here. Then there are checks. Like checks over here, checks many places, check. So we probably move the king over there and maybe don't get checked anymore. Potentially. Let's see, we go here. Like check over here for instance, we can't get, if we go here there's this, so we go here. Yeah, and there's that again, so not good. So if we go here and they go like here, then we go there potentially. And no more checks. Yeah. And if we go here and they try another check, like they have this check, we go here, no more checks. If they try this check, they lose a queen. It loses and they lose. I got them mixed up there. And well, that's it. That's that for the checks, I think. So yeah, good. Go over there. Okay, let's see. We have this skewer. Like if rook tries to defend by means of going there, we still take that and then take here. Okay, here we do have that. And this pawn is helping with the mates. Okay, this. Is there anything if we take here and they go here? Not seeing it much. Takes here, goes here, here. Yeah, okay. I think it's that. Alright, that was that. Okay, they play there. This knight is loose. We can go here. Like, if they interpose the rook, we take the rook, takes here, and then we take there. Okay, this, we go over here, and that's just simply mate, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we could go here, they go here, we go here, there's no interposition. And the pawn covers that. We can pin this one. No way you can defend it. We have this, winning the queen, by means of discovery with a check. This also you have to be careful about, by the way. Let me see, can I go to the previous puzzle? Yeah, I can open it like this. So, situations like this one, not exactly with this configuration, Mahmoud, if you're watching, be careful in the French defense. Because sometimes you're putting pressure on the pawn over here, on the French defense. And then, as you're putting pressure on the pawn on d4, you notice that it seems like you can capture, let's say, with a knight, and then they capture with a knight, and then you capture the capture again with a queen, and you say, oh, I'm winning the pawn. And then you leave the queen like this, and there's a bishop here and the queen, and then there's a discovery with a check, and wins your queen. So be careful about that, because that happens in the French. Okay, so here. Oh, we have this pinned. So if we go here, then rook goes there, then we go there. Wait. Not with the bishop, because with the bishop goes over here. And then we are pinned over there, so not good. So we actually, the way is to sack the queen. Then goes over there. Then this is pinned, so can't go there, and that's just simply checkmate. Okay, there we go. Now this one, we do have this, that goes here, we go here. Oh no, wait, we can interpose at any moment, even. Wait. Okay. Nonsense. Like, I mean, that was just hanging from the get-go. Why am I here? Oh, wait. No, not there, because there's this. Okay, yeah. I'm going from one bundle to another here. So, yeah. Made in two here. Okay. Those, definitely the brain is not braining much. Okay, we have this and a fork. This is defended, so we don't need to worry about something here. Important detail. Okay. Okay. Can take over here, takes over there. goes over here potentially. Then, of course, if the king goes back, then we arrive over there and that's just checkmate. So they would have to interpose the rook, after which we go back here. And they don't have any interposition. And if they move the king forward, which is what they can do, then we go over here and it's just checkmate. So yeah, that. Alright. This goes here, that, and goes there. And we shouldn't pick up the queen because actually, even if we pick up the queen, we're down a million pieces. So we shouldn't do that. Wait a second. Wait, no, we're not down a million pieces. Goes here, here, here. Goes there, only move, and then we take with check, and then we're picking this one up. So actually, we are having a queen versus 2 pieces in the end. So it works. Okay, there. There are like 2 checks that I'm looking at. This. If this. If that, this is mate. So has to go over here. And this is also mate. No, wait. Yeah, it's mate. Yeah. So here, man, that's it, right? There's no nothing else. Okay. I mean, nothing else for them is what I meant. Okay. I can go over here. There's this. Oh, I can go here. What? With a fork. Ugh. I'm overlooking everything. Yeah, I mean, I just go here with a fork and that's that. Okay, there. Could go here and red carpet. Just go for it. And I don't see anything else, so I'm going to go for it. Okay, white with all their pieces tangled up, but we can pin this one. Okay. We go here and here. Like if we get to play these 2 moves, let me see. Wait, we also have this move. If we play this move, then we're threatening this with mate. And it's hard to stop. Like here, mating net, and then boom. Yeah, there's nothing that can stop that. Like, they probably give us a check and give up the rook or something, because there's no way of stopping that. Oh, wait, no, what am I saying? They can move over here. So maybe not that. If this immediately then goes here... Oh, then we go here. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. Alright, that's that one. Good night, guys. It's late where I am. Yeah, I'm going to end now also. I mean, we're on puzzle 30 anyway, so yeah. Next time we can continue with some more of these or do some on chess.com. I actually liked the Lichess puzzles a lot, and they are completely free, so pretty good stuff there with a puzzle streak. Like, as you saw, like the puzzles start and we don't even have like 1,000 backrank checkmates to begin with. Like there's a lot of varied stuff just from the get-go. So I'm liking them. They're pretty nice. And also they give you a lot more of the puzzles that are easily solvable they give you a lot more of them. Like we're on puzzle 30, and like the first 29 were easily solvable. But what that means is that it's puzzles that are very applicable. Like all those puzzles are very, very likely to happen in your games, because it's all situations that are very simple and tend to happen a lot. So we didn't get like those super complicated puzzles that you're not likely to find in your games that much. So this is a kind of puzzle repetition that you actually want to do a lot. Therefore, I'm quite liking them actually, these puzzles. I mean, I also like the puzzles on chess.com. I like puzzles in general. So yeah, thanks to everyone that tuned in. Thanks to my loyal supporters, always Mahmoud, Test, and now Hadrami also, and to everyone else that tuned in, and especially the people that participated in the chat. There was also Mudasir Ali that played a couple of games with me and joined the chat as well. So yeah, thank you guys, and take care and have a good night. I'll see you on the next one. I'll be streaming here tomorrow.